What's up, everybody? How's it going? She'll take you. I'm watching an ad on my phone. Is it? Oh, wow. Women in the yard looks terrifying. I do apologize in advance for coughing. Oh, wow. I got no water. But coughing and clearing my throat still seems to be something that kind of just lingers. I'll classify myself as not sick, but yeah. We got Q with the tier 1 subscription of 29 months, almost 30 months. Good job. Thank you so much. What's up, Shinya? How's it going? You are here. That is correct. 29. Do we want to do the pet renaming now, or do we want to do the pet renaming at the end of the stream? Now? Okay. So if you are typing, I think it's just command. Nope. I think he's telling me to. Can't do that. Can't do that from over here. And that does it? No. How about command? All right, so commands will bring up the link where I put all of our commands into one spot. Nice and pretty like too. Up top we have I think it's the FOSSA bot up top, and then stream elements down below, or vice versa because I'm dyslexic. All of them written right there. Did I get rid of petting zoo? Or did I forgot to put it in there? Oh, does petting zoo still work? The petting zoo still works, but it's not even freaking. It's not even written in there. What? What? Okay. I'm gonna put that as a thing. I actually have my notepad now beside me so that I can make changes on the fly. So the one that we're looking for, not all of them are in there. Yes, I took out some of the pets though, because there was too many, and I know that down the road we can add some more. Right, we just got to get some crazy emojis. Oh, Sal is a fish. Oh my god. Anyways, so the one we're looking for. Who's the Komodo dragon? Hey, let me see. Hey, what's up, Mythic? How's it going? Is it Kim right now? That kind of makes sense, right? Kim Komodo dragon. Okay. I mean, even though Komodo is that really a Komodo? It is a Komodo dragon. For some reason, it looked like a raptor's head. But okay. So I figured what we should do is we should probably go with subscribers always have priority over the pets. But then once there's no more subscribers, then we can kind of just add them to random people. But then we can change them out when new subscribers come in. Does that make sense to everybody? we could even keep some random ones in there just for now. So Q, you are a subscriber. What would you like to be? Do you want to be a Komodo dragon, a squid, a raccoon, a sloth, a saba, or a dog? Q the squiddy. But you are. What should we put? Should I take one? Yeah. I will take. That's Sal though. So some of them are still in there. Q the woman that flips tables. You think I should take the dog? Denny the dog? What is Saba? But the pet Sal is in there. Saba might be the fish. You think so? I don't know. I personally think that Sal might be the salmon. Oh, Sal the Saba. Okay, so Saba is actually a fish. I kind of want to be the fish. I don't want to be the fish. I'll be the fish. JC the fish. Okay. Okay. Let's do Jose. I don't know if Jose's still here. So we'll just let other people pick for him. You want him to be the sloth? Okay, that's fine. So we have Komodo dragon, raccoon, and dog. We just did you without your consent. You should clean yourself off and get to work. Just kidding. Shinya is always here. I don't think Shinya is a subscriber. Shame on you, but it's okay. It's okay. We love your support. So we should pick Shinya, right? We don't have a police. Oh, no police. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Which one should Shinya be? Dog, raccoon, or Komodo dragon? Doggo. I'm the police. I'm bad at my job. So we have raccoon and Komodo dragon. Do you think I should just kind of turn those off for now? And then we'll just kind of see where things are at? You just want Zhang Li to be named something? Zhang Li for the dragon. Okay. we could do that. I'm down for random characters. That seems fair. Yeah, it's literally like shot for shot personality with Jose. The other one is a raccoon. Who would be a raccoon from Genshin? Sayu? We could do Sayu. That's fine. So if we get other subscribers, I gotta check out to see what other subscribers we have. But if anybody's ever watching that's a subscriber and you'd like to be a pet, just let me know. We can either swap out the ones that are currently Genshin characters, and then we can also figure out how to make more little emoji thingies and put those in, and then add those as well. And also, I know Q, you are very prone to cats, so maybe down the road we can switch you over to a cat if you want to. But you can also stay a squid for life if you want. It's all cool. It's all cool. You want to draw? Ooh, that could be a thing. The only thing I don't know is how is it pulling the emoji, because I don't think it's pulling it from our uploaded emojis. But we could try it. By all means, try it. So Draw if you want to be a cat, which I'm assuming you do. Draw a cat, and I'll figure out something. Does that seem fair? All right, cool. So we got the pets renamed. Those will be actually live next stream, which is tomorrow. It's tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll get those up for tomorrow, and then we can all test those out, and we get petting. Ooh, a strawberry. Give it a strawberry with a little knife, and I guarantee she would be down for that. But very cool though. But we're gonna switch over to Genshin. A giant strawberry pillow this time. Oh, a pillow. I'm not gonna lie. I've been over on Red Note. I don't know if anybody over is here on Red Note, and there's this one dude on there that is like a crochet master, and it really makes me even want to crochet. Ooh, look, a strawberry. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Yeah. A blueberry would be cute, and I would be down for that. I would pay for that immediately. Especially if it's maybe a bunch of blueberries, like 3. Hell yeah. Which are the same thing. Kobe's wife crochets and knits. That's cool. Wait, does Kobe want that logo that I did, Jose? I didn't get a message back, so Messenger for him is dead. He don't use Messenger at all. Is there a place where I should be messaging him? Email or something? Or Discord? Ah, yes. A pear is her favorite. That is correct. A peeled banana. Yeah. Does he want it? Or is he just gonna look at it from afar and be like, that's cool? Because I can send him the P and have his email, we can send it to him. Alright, cool. Send me the email and then I'll send it to him. I'm assuming we have his email, right? I'm assuming we have it somewhere. Probably. We do. Okay, cool. I'll do that then. Now, the stream on Friday, I'm going to be using a green screen. Just a heads up. Now that I'm actually not dying. So, yay for screen. You're good. Not screen, but green screen. Let's not get that all twisted up. So you'll see me on Friday as we Genshin it out. Always trying to one up me, hey Jose. Is that how this is? Is that what's going down here? You already beat me in views on everything. No, I'm just kidding. Fight. So yeah. Put him up, see? Yeah. The old gangster. So there's been changes. Last time you saw me play, I think I was finishing off Sumeru. Then I went into, let's just say, a coma, a 4-week coma, and managed to get all through Fontaine. And now I'm in Natland, which is the final area. Who the heck, Barbara? Oh, we've had Barbara for a while. We've had Barbara for a while. She's a healer. We've had her since actually the beginning of the game. Poor Barbara. She not only wants to always be as tall as her sister, but she doesn't even get noticed by Jose. I mean, I don't even know what the answer to that. What do you mean she's not like the others? In which way? What are we talking about here? Well, you know what? No, I don't. That's the scary part. The scary part is I have no idea what you're talking about. If I knew what you were talking about, then we would just finish that off. So, instead of like dealing with Natlan right off the rip, we're gonna go and finish off some stories. You can see I'm very, very close to being done. We actually just got the video for our patch 5.5, which is coming out. I'm assuming next Tuesday, actually. Where you have new areas in Natlan, 2 new characters, lot of cool stuff. So, what I'm trying to do is getting this all done before next Tuesday, so that we can literally see patch 5.5 live at the same time as everybody else in the community that's been playing this for 5 years. It still kind of blows my mind that like there's some people playing this for 5 years, and I've been playing it for 5 months, and I'm in the same spot. I have no life. But anyways. Why are you suggesting me to go watch some Tom Clancy's? Which it's not sad. It's not sad. Don't say that. This is all good stuff. Good stuff. The TV is flickering right now, which is great. Love it. Love it. I love how this TV just it's not refusing not to die, because it's clearly dying. There's probably gonna be a point where like in the middle of my stream I'm gonna be like, and that's it. Unless I'm jinxing myself right now. Can you stop flickering? Please stop. Please stop. I love how for y'all you don't see nothing. It's great. It's great. That's at least good. That's at least good though, because it'd be annoying you. I was playing a review that's actually coming out this Friday. And if you think about it, JC has a TV that flickers when he's playing. You'll see me die 3 times. I don't actually mention that the TV's the reason why, but it's the reason why. Just in case the dev was watching, I don't want them to be like, well, you should have recorded it again if your TV was having problems. No. No. What do you mean? How do you even know I have a great monitor? How do you know what I have? What do you know? What do you know? There might be a monitor in my other room sitting still in a box. You don't know. Did I tell you? Crap, never mind. Alright, never mind. Whatever. Yes, there is a monitor in the other room. Fair enough. Yeah, it's not been removed from the box yet. I still want to like figure out the shelves. I'm gonna figure out the shelves, then I'll know where the TVs go, or where the monitors go, and then I can put those in. So, and then there's a whole bunch of other things that need to go together into that setup. It's a whole thing. It's slightly overwhelming. Yep. I'm not gonna. Yep. Wait. Why? What? Why are we saying it like that? Why is Barbara like? And Barbara. Is it the name? I might have to freaking go get some more water. I think I'm already tapped out in the water that I already have. Please don't flicker. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Or Barbara, indeed. Stop flickering, please. Whoa, what's this? Wait. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I guess if that takes us where we need to go. Game knew what they were doing?
Do you see him? The old man?
Yeah, Squirtles. It's a team of Squirtles.
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk
And
to about the
Charmanders.
case?
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamont sage. He
What the
taught both me
heck does
and
that mean?
Lisa.
Huh? Sino's teacher isn't
Thanks for
good?
the 1-bit donation.
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who enjoys a spot of gardening, shopping, and wine. What sort of person targets an old retiree?
Professor, I brought some friends.
Ah, Sino. Now who do we have here?
Oh, we got the 2-bit donation.
Hold on, let me think. A flying fairy dressed in white? A youth who does not seem to hail from this land?
Thank you very much,
My
Mythic.
goodness. You must be the legendary
With
traveler
the
and Paimon.
Gengars.
I've heard all about what you've done for Sumeru.
Wow, looks like we're really
3-bit
neighbors.
donation. Oh,
told him
damn, it's
about
heating
you
up in
before.
here.
You are my friends, after all.
With their Dratini's. I wonder how hard it would be to make the Pokemon move.
That's right. Let me summarize the situation. A couple of
Easy?
days ago,
Really?
Professor Cyrus suddenly received a threat letter.
You could do
A
animations?
threat letter?
We know you're
Exactly.
skilled. We know this.
Who sends a threat letter to an old man like me, for goodness sake?
This is the letter in question.
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public, leave 10 million mora at the back door of the cafe. Secondly, don't come looking for me. You'll never find me. But I will always be
Perfect.
watching
Jose
you
can do
and
it.
all
That's
of your
awesome.
secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the Matra, there will be consequences.
You could do
Well,
it.
they sure didn't mince their words.
Clearly, this person must be desperate for Mora.
10 million mora. What a joke. I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond the tomatoes in my garden. Where do people think I'm hiding 10 million mora, huh?
For reasons.
In
I
my
mean, we could save
tomatoes?
money, though. So
There were
why
no
would we outsource
witnesses,
it, though?
So
You could do
currently
it.
The letter is all we've got. So, Traveler, Paimon, let's put our heads together.
Paimon's ready too.
All right, take a look. Do you see anything suspicious?
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public, leave 10 million more at the back door of the cafe. Secondly, don't come looking for me. You'll never find me, but I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the Matra, there will be consequences. How coincidental. How coincidental.
Very good. The paper has a rather rough texture. It's not the
Objection.
typical kind you see in most books.
Another thing is, some of these strokes look kind of blurry.
Hacker
Could
did.
there be an issue with the ink?
Possibly. And I bet the paper has something to do with it.
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile, it's very coarse-grained, almost as if it's made from some sort of plant matter.
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the academia, but the ink is nothing special. Just regular black ink that gets a blue tinge when applied to paper.
So do we think the culprit has a connection with the academia or not? Wait, check this out. Looks like this part got wet at some point.
Agreed. The staining suggests it was a colored liquid, not plain
Ghost
water.
hackers.
It also looks like it was
Next
wiped
week on
off with a damp
TLC.
cloth.
A colored liquid. So, tea? Wine?
Looks like we're thinking along
I
similar
watched that show.
lines.
So would I.
Let's go talk to Araf. There are some things I'll need him to take care of.
I'm Matra of Arav.
Arav. Ah, there he
Alaskan
is.
bush people. This is a real show?
Mahamatra Sino. Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon.
Isn't that just
It's
random
been a
people that
while.
live in the bush?
As such, I'm inclined to believe that the culprit in this
You've
case
seen
is a
it?
student at the academia. Somebody young and strapped for cash.
Is it primitive people living
Oh,
in the bush or just people
one
that just
last
don't
thing.
like civilization?
I'd start your investigation
They're
by
really
taking
awesome.
a look at the cafes in the city.
Oh, of course! You think the culprit spilled their coffee on the ladder, huh?
They do
It's
look
not
like
real.
coffee stains to me. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the letter is written on a type of scented paper that has aromatics
technology
added
and
during
stuff.
the manufacturing process.
I'm gonna have
The
to look this
kind
up.
often provided as writing material for customers in cafes and taverns.
But this is just TV,
Ah,
TV,
of
yeah?
course. Yes, like they sell in the gift shops. I remember now.
She's wrong.
Zaha Hadi bought some a while back. She said she was going to use it as wrapping
very
paper
real?
for a vase.
Understood. I'll assemble a team to investigate the points of interest immediately.
You have my gratitude.
One last thing. Send some Matra to guard the entrances and
Are you
exits of
following-
Sumeru City.
You
And
suck.
change your plain clothes. Don't let them see you coming.
I swear you guys
do.
really don't like each other.
Great thinking, Sino. So, where do we think the culprit's at right now?
Jose's family. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Lovable family.
Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how Cyrus reacts.
That's
All
it?
right, Paimon.
That's what you were talking about? Bald head dude from Fast and Furious? You don't even have a name?
Which part?
Do you mean
Let's
Toretto?
approach. Whatever happens, they need this Mora. But just because they warned Professor Cyrus not to go
Hector?
to the mine doesn't mean they know what he'll do next. So, like you said, they need to wait and see. And crucially, the culprit said
That's
he'd been
racist,
watching the professor's every move.
Oh.
Wait, are you saying
Found you!
Oh.
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter!
Juanito. Oh, God.
I
Hey, you're walking right into racism. Oh, God.
threat letter.
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arav. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be
Angel.
the culprit.
I was just listening in, that's all.
I'm shaking my
You know
head right
something
now.
big's going down when Mahamatra Sino shows
Funny thing
up,
is, I do
right?
actually know a Spanish guy
So
named Angel.
I got a little curious. What's the big deal?
You smiled when Arav left. I saw it as clear as day.
He's from Guatemala.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth.
You know what's funny?
All to create the impression that the letter was
I don't think I've
written
ever
in a
actually ever
cafe.
seen Friday After Next.
Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you because you already live here.
I've seen
And as
Friday
long
and
as
Next
the
Friday,
Matra
but I
were
don't think I've
focused
seen
on
the third one.
cafes, you would be free from scrutiny.
I think I heard it
The
was really
cafe
bad.
was a red herring all along. You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
You can't pin this on me. I haven't done anything.
Straight to jail meme?
Really? Then why are you
I might have to
shaking
check that
like
out.
a leaf? The innocent have no reason to fear the Matra. But you, your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching. You're a terrible liar.
I would never.
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price. Now come with me.
I have definitely seen Parks and Rec. It's a great show.
Well, that was over.
I was actually
quickly,
watching more of it when I was in
Sino.
America
Got the guy.
recently. 'Cause apparently
You're
it's not
telling
on
1 minute
our
I go out
Netflix,
for a
but it's on
quick
your
smoke.
Netflix? I
The
think it was on
next minute I
Netflix.
see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Sino. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30. But after what he's done, I'm afraid he's ruined his whole future.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so fast.
The culprit's name is Raka, a 16-year-old student in the Rataoist Darshan.
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something!
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child. He's
Thanks
too
for the
young
bit
for
donation.
criminal life. What the devil drove him down this path?
We
And,
questioned the
happy
culprit
St.
regarding
Pat's
his
Day.
Motives. He,
Oh, just spit it out. Nothing
Venezuela
can surprise
City
me
come
at
to
this
Indiana.
very well. It's our
I'm
understanding
assuming that's
that
from
Araka
Parks and
is a
Rec, and I could not
mediocre
remember it.
student who has been underperforming in his
But it's probably
classes.
hilarious.
He started
Of course.
taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of mora. Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink and overheard some people chatting about Sir Cyrus's comfortable retirement. They mentioned that he's always arguing about his tomato plants with some old woman on the street.
I would love to
Some
watch
old
that
woman
series
on the
again, though.
Street? Goodness gracious. Has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Kasharwar's very own professor, Zaha Hadi.
One
How
day you'll
can
be
you
on
not
Jeopardy
know
and
who
you'll win
Zaha
it all, bro.
Hadi is?
Is this going somewhere?
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. And what are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Maybe it's
Price is right.
the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first place.
Araka mentioned
Spin
he
that-
heard a
spin that
rumor
big wheel.
alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from the desert before retiring and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the academia.
I like
Araka
Wheel of
believes this
Fortune,
money to be
though.
the reason why Sir Cyrus
Why don't
hasn't
you like
kept
Wheel
up
of
with
Fortune?
any
Well, I mean,
academic
Pat's not
research
there
or
anymore, so it's
other
kind of useless at
projects
this
since his
point.
retirement. Given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
Oh, Araka.
Oh my god.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm so angry I don't know where to start.
People make up rumors all the time. I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a mora in his life.
Arav, you'll have to find some excuse to interrogate Araka again later. I need you to deliver a few firm fistfuls to him on my behalf.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus, but I'm afraid that course of action goes against the Matra's principles.
Professor, there's no need to be childish about this.
Oh, come on. I was clearly joking.
Okay. Where does this go from here?
The academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action against the student. And as for the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's obsession with tomatoes and some old woman on the street, there could be a slander case here. The Matra will continue to investigate.
Who said I'm obsessed with some old woman on the street? Mind your wording or you'll start a whole new rumor. You seem confused. Oh, don't you understand? Uraka is just a young boy who made a very rash and very stupid decision based on some groundless rumor he heard. Besides, I didn't actually hand over any mora to him. The whole thing sounds a lot worse than it
Oh my
is.
god, the amount of flickering.
All it costs me is a little reputational damage. That's all.
Please rest assured, Professor, that the academia will issue a fair and reasonable punishment.
Yes, I have no doubt about that. But as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation with the boy's parents. Their family lives in the city, yes?
Correct.
We looked into the family. Both parents are merchants and they're often away on business. They've never taken much of an active role in their children's lives.
Oh, what a mess. You don't have to seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible. I need something concrete for when I talk to the family tonight. We have to show them how serious this situation is.
The relevant authorities have already reviewed the evidence and are now discussing Araka's punishment. You can hold on to the letter for now. Just make sure to return it within a couple of days.
Oh, so you'll be able to close the case in 2 days.
Give or take, cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all your help. Perhaps we can all go for a meal together. Oh, my treat, of course.
My apologies, Sir Cyrus, but I have a prior commitment.
Thanks for the
Enjoy
bit
the meal,
donation.
everyone.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. But Sino, you have to come. You found the culprit record speed,
really
and
like that
owe you
heart.
for that. Ah, and isn't Tainari in town at the moment? Bring him along, too.
Wait, you mean Tainari's in the city?
He is. Tainari's
It's like a
master, Sir
sunrise.
Nephis, called him and Kale to the academia to help out on a project.
Well, kind
They
of.
should
Sunrise
be at
on
Nephis's
a
office at this hour.
world that has a
Though
green
I must
sky.
say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tainari.
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. It's never the other way around. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tainari. I'll head over to the tavern with the traveler and Paimon. See you there.
True.
Go on now. Don't keep us waiting.
You know what's really interesting about the flickering is the fact that when I'm working, no flickering. When I'm playing games and just having fun, no flickering. When I'm streaming, lots of flickering. I don't understand. I really don't understand. But it's the fact, like the fact that y'all can't see it means it's not the capture card. It's definitely the TV. But it's just I'm out here giving myself a half seizure streaming for you guys. What's up? Whoa. I do have a new monitor. That's true. That's very true. Thanks for the bit donation, Mythic. Vape Nation. Why does it say Vape Nation? Oh, for 1 bit? Bro, if I could buy a monitor with 1 bit, I would have a whole room of monitors. I would do that dome. I'd put my seat right in the middle of it and then have a dome around me with just monitors above my head and around me. So I'd just be like, I am in Genshin. The 2-bit donation with little robots.
Don't you remember your adventure plans, my lady?
And for yours it says Replar. What's with some of these things at the end of this? Oh, I gotta check out that. I'm gonna put that on the list as well. Some of the stuff it's randomly throwing at the end of like donations is weird. The heart was cute. Vape Nation was weird. I think it's kind of weird that like someone can donate to us and we are basically saying rep Vape Nation. Heck. Bit donation. What do you call it? Things? Weird. Weird. Vape Nation!
Don't you remember your adventure plans, my lady?
Apparently this person is supposed to be remembering their traveling plans. Okay, now we're on the way to the tavern. Does anybody watch right now Vape?
Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at
I can't remember if you
Metallica's back
vaped,
when I was still
Jose.
teaching. And if you don't want to take my word for it, you can ask them. They were students at the time. They'll tell you what it was like, won't they?
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week back then, thanks to a colossal workload from Master. It wrought havoc on my poor tail, so I didn't exactly keep
Not
up to
for a
date
long
with
time?
what was going on at the academia. Most of what I know, I heard from Sino
Is
after the fact.
vaping still popular? It
Professors
was
become a
really
lot more
popular at
laid
one
back
point,
in
but
his
it's kind of... Is
retirement.
it died off right
He
now,
used
or
to
did
be
I
far
just...
stricter,
am
and was
outside of that
especially
realm
known
now?
For being extremely principled.
Is it still popular?
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true to
Yeah,
your
vaping.
principles as a normal person. I can't imagine doing that as a sage.
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time. I would have happily taken her on as a student.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper-class woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen
Really?
anybody vape in a
Can't you
while.
just call her Lisa? She seems
Shouldn't you
to
with the
prefer it when
stars?
People treat her like an older sister.
I like the clouds part of it.
Me. Back
But
when she
vaping
was
itself
a
is still
student,
popular, like
nothing
the...
made her happier than the younger
like a,
students
the substitute for
acknowledging her
cigarettes, right?
seniority.
That aspect?
Whoa, more food?
Nicotine.
You
Oh,
sure
yeah,
about
yeah,
this?
nicotine.
We don't want to
Yeah,
take
yeah, yeah.
advantage.
Okay, okay.
Oh, don't worry about
Do you think it actually,
And if that's not
helps
enough,
you quit
order some more.
or no?
After all your help today, treating you to dinner is the least I can do.
If you are new to our channel and you're looking for a community to call home, hit that Discord link today, as we'd love to have you part of our Discord. We're currently switching everything over from an old community that we had. And yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. It just hurts your body in different ways. Like, is that the water on the lungs? Yeah.
I thought I heard some familiar voices. Ah, and Sir Cyrus is here as well.
Oh, Kaveh, it's been a while. Zahahadi was talking about you last month. How have you been?
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking very well, sir. I'm glad to see it.
Have you eaten yet? Care to join us?
I vaped for a very, very short term. Like it's very short. And for me, I think like the biggest thing that I liked about it was the taste and flavors and all the different type of flavors that there were. But then in the end, I was just like, eh. Right? Because I wasn't doing it for nicotine in any way, shape, or form. And I wasn't doing it for clouds. So, yeah, in the end, it was just like, eh. Oh, so you're into vaping, Shinya. Oh, I know how it is. Just kidding.
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet. I'll have dinner a little bit later tonight. I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say hello.
It's bad for your lungs because of the amount of intake that expands your lungs. Oh. Cigarettes basically poison you. Yeah, I got that second part for sure. I didn't know about that for vaping.
So what's the occasion anyway?
You don't vape? Yeah.
Some sort of celebration?
Consolation, more like. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
That's fair.
Sounds
yeah.
like things have really gone downhill since I was there.
Not needed. Not needed.
My whole time as a student, I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
I can't believe how young the guy is.
I do, but not nicotine. So you do it for the clouds? Or are you talking about the other clouds?
Well, young people are always more susceptible to making rash and ill-advised
The clouds or
decisions.
the other clouds?
Their minds are still developing. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. But still,
The other clouds, fair
this
enough.
boy
I can
has
understand.
some nerve. Just look at what he wrote. Oh, it makes my blood boil.
Wow, yeah. Jeez.
I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. And then he just followed you into the House of Dana?
Did you listen to that song that I told you to listen to on the way to work, but you said you were already at work? Did you listen to that song yet? But only when I'm in public? That's fair.
If this were my son, oh, he'd get the scolding of a lifetime. Oh.
Luckily, I'm also an extremely principled person.
Kaveh! Your order's ready, sir!
Coming. I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone. I'll catch you all another time.
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before the food gets cold.
Food looks delicious. How many people want to bet that he's listening to the song right now? 50 bucks. Yeah.
Too tasty.
I'll take that bet.
Paimon's belly is about to explode.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of
Give me my money.
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus. Master Tainari and I will bring you some homemade...
Yeah, when it
tortillas.
speeds up, it's really dope.
It'll do wonders for your sleep.
Well, I look
You're not
forward
part of
to
it.
that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring a little extra for the other old folks on my street? I'll be the envy of the neighborhood.
No problem at all. I'll pack some up and bring it over.
I'll see you all later. I better head home now and tend to the crops.
Good night, Professor. Don't let those tomatoes keep you up
Is
too
that
late.
risky
Hey,
business?
My tomatoes are serious business. I am not
Where's
about
my money,
to be
man?
beaten by Zaha-Hadi. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay
Where's
up
my
too
Oni?
late now, children. I bid you all a good night.
Oni-chan.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
All right. Now we finally have some
Ooh.
us time.
Yep.
What do you mean, us time?
Non-existent, man.
I was talking with Tainari and Kale, and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together. Think of it as our way of welcoming you back to Sumeru.
Camping? Oh, that sounds fun! Paimon's in!
Right? It's been so long since we did something fun together. I can't wait!
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of Gandharvaville. No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything for the trip. Just bring your delightful selves and prepare to have some fun.
You got it! We'll be there!
Great. Then we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, Mom. Now we're talking about the country. Oh, man.
Time to set off! Let's
Time to set off. Where are we going? Gandahar Village. Oh. Here we go. Yep. Is that the Bulbasaurs? Is that the Bulbasaurs? I think I might have just killed Kira. Oh no, she's still alive.
We're here!
You'd be close to dead though.
Wow, you guys are ahead of the game! You set up the tents already!
I'd say we're right about on schedule, actually. We were aiming to have them set up before you arrived.
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together. Whatever we catch, we can grill for dinner tonight.
You got it!
All right, thanks for the lurk, Mythic. Much appreciated, buddy.
I hope I can contribute too. The other forest watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago. I'm really looking forward to giving them a try.
I mean, you finished talking.
I saw some very appetizing mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a few for us. I'll leave them here along with some fresh fruit.
Wow, camping with a forest watcher is the way to go! They think of everything! And even if they don't, they can improvise!
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So, how has everything been going for you?
Well, there's been some high points and low points, but we've had some unforgettable experiences along the way.
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a valberry. I bought some from the market this morning.
A valuable suggestion. Just don't bury your feelings using food.
What I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff. Bye!
So how you liking the Hello Kitty game, Shinya? Wait, you're stalking people? Don't be stalking people.
She sure made a run for
She's
it.
a stalker.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
So Kale
Cute,
chose the path of
fun, like
tactical
Animal
retreat.
Crossing.
Could it be she foresaw what shall soon come to pass?
So if you had to choose between Animal Crossing and Hello Kitty, which one would you choose?
My dear friend, you know what I am about to say. Excellent. A kindred spirit. A great warrior can sense when a duel is nigh.
Really? You would choose Hello Kitty? It's that good, eh? That's interesting. I wasn't actually expecting that answer. Okay. Okay.
But it looks like we'll get told off if we start playing
Coming
now.
out for 3 days.
Let's enjoy the nature for a while longer.
Is it just boring you because of lack of content, though? So if it had content, would it be better than Hello Kitty? Or is it just Fair enough, fair enough. But the question is, can you bring pears to Q in Hello Kitty? Oh no!
I'll reel it in.
I'm saved.
Firewood, spices, snacks,
What?
and drinks. Everything's ready. Once Kale gets back, we can light up the fire and start grilling.
Oh, I want to know what this is. See, that face is excitement. That's her face of excitement. Yeah. I'm not. I'm facilitating a community here. What's wrong with you? Don't worry. I will tell you, Shinya. I will tell you.
There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
I will be the secret spy.
The one on the left.
I will stab you. As soon as I see some discontent, I'll be like, yeah, I need to tell Shinya this part.
Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water. If there are any sleepwalking fungi around tonight, they might stumble into your tent.
Well, that's no good. Take my weapon. You can use it to bar the entrance.
Anyone would
For
think
enjoying
you
the
were
content
sealing
here,
the
make sure
gates
you hit
to
that
King
purple heart
Deshret's
to keep the
mausoleum.
good times coming.
Excellent. Then this tent will be an impenetrable fortress.
I'm back! How's your appetites?
Probably.
Ready for the barbecue?
You're a PTSD.
Always.
Ah, the face of excitement.
Oh, it smells so good. Paimon's drool.
Someone
Paimon's
is desperate
drooling.
to eat. I think it's time to add the seasoning. How do you like your skewers? Well done? Medium? Rare?
I would probably go with medium
What?
for my
Isn't
skewers.
that just for steaks?
Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Not for vegetables.
Medium well for me.
Medium well.
Okay,
A little
these
burnt.
are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
How does everybody like their steak here? I like medium rare. It's my jam. Medium rare. Okay. It's a medium rare, gang.
Oh, that was so
Fair
delicious.
enough.
If Paimon's stomach had space, she'd eat 3 more skewers.
I ate a lot too. Here comes the food coma.
Oh, the food
If you're
coma. The one I
tired,
had
then
before
go
this stream.
rest.
You must be getting sleepy too, Paimon. Why don't you
Same
guys head
thing.
to your tents?
Me too.
Sino and I will clean up.
Tonight I show you mercy. Our sacred duel will take place another day.
Good night.
She's like, I don't care what you guys are talking about. I'm going to bed.
Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
As always, Paimon.
Oh, don't forget this. The Staff of the Scarlet Sands.
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
It's a very powerful weapon. Try it.
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Can I keep it?
Fair enough. You sure you don't want it?
I do want it.
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
You do nothing with that sword. That's not even my sword. That's a basic ass sword. I have a much better sword than that. How dare you show that and say that this is my trusty sword?
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. But right now, it's time to rest. Sleep well.
think they should all be here. Traveler, Paimon, are you in there?
Thanks for the bit
Could you come
donation.
outside for a sec?
Look at this.
It's the two boyfriends.
What the? What's this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep out intruders?
Evidently.
Huh? Who is it? Oh, what time do you call this?
What time do you call this? What does that mean?
Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah!
Okay, let me ask you guys a question that Q probably already answered already, but gonna ask you again. Okay, cool. I'm down.
I'll hate them. Kave! What are you doing here? It's the middle of the night!
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the night, but we've got a situation on our hands.
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside.
Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus and Sino, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
Okay, if you haven't spoken to a friend for over a year and want to reach out by saying, "Hey, how are you?" You think that is as simple and good enough as like the first text after a long time? I love how the immediate response to that is the gay couple. I don't know, for me personally, I always kind of like play it off as more of a joke, the fact that we haven't talked in a while. So I'll usually say like, "Hey stranger, how are you?" Something like that, right? But "Hi, how are you?" is perfectly fine. I'm not saying it's bad, but I usually put like extra flair on it.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning.
If you got something like this, would you respond to it? Absolutely. Of course I would. If it's from someone that I actually talk to, yeah, of course I would.
The wine cups go.
I'm not gonna pick
I
apart
left
the
them
words
there
and be
after I
like,
washed them.
"Your message is not what I wanted to, so I'm not gonna reply." No. If I didn't reply to you, then obviously I don't want to talk to you. But I don't know why you'd have a fear about them not replying though. Should be fine. Your message isn't "I love you," so I won't reply. Wait, why would you have to tell them that you love them right out of the rip? Then it should be perfectly fine. If it's a really good friend, you'll have no problems whatsoever. Oh, it's a joke. Fair enough. But yeah, if it's a really good friend, no problem. No issues. You should have no fear. Don't worry about it.
Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
They are. And so are the fruits.
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles of what Sino's group was drinking last night.
Do tell. What were they drinking?
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening when I went to the tavern to pick up some things. He was hosting a dinner for Sino, Tainari,
No
Kale,
problem.
and
You
the
can ask me
Traveler
questions like that
Paimon.
anytime you want to.
Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. At least, I think that's what it was. It looked pretty good.
Sounds like they're all tangled up in this.
You know what it's about, right? 16-year-old kid tried to extort Cyrus. He was asking for 10 million mora.
I heard some people talking about it on the streets.
To be honest, I
yes.
think they actually make a good
Didn't take
couple.
them long to catch the culprit. The sages are probably dealing with the case by now.
I wonder what Sir Nephis and the others will make of it. Oh, Cyrus showed me the extortion letter, too. It was crudely written, but the paper had this beautiful pattern on it that I've never seen before. Really caught my eye.
They're awesome names. Al-Haytham has a really hard name, but it's not the hardest name. Rylsley. I can't even say that one. Rylsley. I can't even say that one. That one gets me every time. Or Ororo. Risley. But there's a TH in it, so it throws me off. Ororon. Yeah. My name is so hard. Substitute teachers pretend like the X doesn't exist and call you Inya. That's messed up. That would piss me off. I'd be like, no, say it right. Jeez. Ken? Like Barbie and Ken? How did it even get to that point? I'm glad that the students stick up for you, though. Q equals K to them? That's so wild to me. Oh my god. I've not had anybody mispronounce my name, at least in school. But when I got into the working force, I used to tell people my name was JC. And the amount of people that would think I was saying Jason it would blow your mind. And you're just like, I don't understand what the disconnect is here. It's 2 letters. What's going on here? You're just adding a whole bunch of other letters there that I didn't even say that. But I've heard it so many times. It's annoying. Yeah. Some people suck. In defense though, the most people that said Jason, English wasn't their first language, so I kind of just let them go with it. Especially when I worked at BlackBerry, I was just like, yeah, I'm Jason. Let's just go with Jason.
Give me a sec. I'll sketch it out for you.
Also, when writing my name once, when I went to like Comic-Con or something like that,
Okay,
and I was
done.
getting someone
Take
to
a look.
sign something, I said JC, and they wrote JAYC, and I'm just like, I didn't even say that, but that's fine. I guess the flower Zinnia Nobler ever. Oh yeah. Craziness.
You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this around before. God knows where the culprit got it from.
So your name means flower?
Interesting. These are all motifs associated
That's so
with
pretty.
the tribes of the desert.
What? Really?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire, similar to the kind found on some ancient palaces. And the crisscrossing and mirroring here. I recognize that too.
Yours is Zither? Am I pronouncing that wrong? Zyther? What does Zither or Zyther mean? Protect Zither? But what is Zither though? Is that like a person? It's a musical instrument? Oh. So you're supposed to protect a musical instrument. That's kind of cool. I don't think it's dumb. Mine doesn't mean anything. I'd rather my name mean something than nothing.
It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient emblem, one that hasn't been used in a very long time.
Whose emblem is it?
It's the emblem of the Temple of Silence.
You should be proud that your name actually means something.
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right. So we went looking for you.
Ying or Yin? Those names are nice too. I agree.
This was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tainari, so Gandharvaville was our first stop. But the Forest Watchers told us that you'd
Yin
gone
Yang?
camping.
That'd be kind of dope though. That's pretty like up like such a big concept. Your fate was Shinya. I think it's still a pretty name.
Then, just as we were heading off to the campsite, we ran into Sino. He said he was on a supply run. We exchanged a few words, and then he ran off.
Hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about? The Temple of Silence, you said? What is that? Should we be worried?
Something's up, huh? Give me a second.
Can I change my
Let me get
name?
calling.
I mean, technically, you could change your name to anything you want. But yeah, I think your name is good.
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? Well,
I changed my
to put
name
it
through
simply,
school and then
it's
kept
an
it that way.
organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000
mom,
years.
no.
These days, you can find a Temple of Silence office in the academia. Theoretically, it's responsible for the custody and disposal of information and documents not fit for public dissemination. At least, that's what they tell the outside world.
Call me
In
Ying
truth,
when you want to talk
it's
to me.
essentially a vestigial institution nowadays.
Your mom would
There's
be
an
like,
office
no.
with their name on it, but it's functionally obsolete.
Yeah, when I first got into school, everybody used to call me Jim, Jim. Then like a little bit, maybe like grade 3, 4, somewhere in there, people started calling me Jimmy, Jimmy. But then by high school, I was just like, no, I actually prefer to be JC, which is actually kind of like my first and middle name together, James Charles. Because I was at that time going through a lot of like bad, what would you call it? People were talking a lot of bad crap about me that didn't exist. And so I thought it would be better for me to distance myself from that name. You know what's actually funny though? I actually sometimes do have identity crises now because like with JC, there's times where like I have to call myself Jim directly like out loud so I don't have an identity crisis. Yeah, for some odd reason, when I was in high school, I got the I guess the label of being a player when I wasn't. And so I got a lot of bad slack. And so even when I would meet somebody for the first time, they'd already know who I was, and they'd already know that the label. And I was just like, that's not fair. That's not even fair. Because of what other people think I am, they just have this preconception, right? So it sucked. There's times where like I think about going back away from JC and going back towards those names. I don't know. Sometimes my legal name is James though, but I don't use that beyond legal stuff. James is so posh. Yeah, James is definitely retired.
Historically speaking, the original Temple of Silence is said to have been established by Hermanubis, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret and the greatest of all sages. Most of the organization's members hailed from the desert. By contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current members are from the desert region, nor do they use any symbols connected with the desert folk.
So the Temple of Silence at the Academia is just a fake? Wow.
Absolutely. I don't know. Like I've always kind of seen like Jim. Like when I say Jim out loud, it gives me the vibe of like a child or like preteen. Jimmy sounds like a child. 100% a Jim from American Pie. That's ridiculous. Jim. Nadia, gorgeous. But anyways, that was hilarious. Hilarious movie, hilarious scene. And then James just skips ahead to retirement. So there's nothing in between Jim and James for me. Now the other names that do exist There's only actually one more. The shortened form of James is Jamie. Jamie does not vibe with me in any way, shape, or form. I don't like that name at all. I don't know why, but it just Jamie. Yeah, it's all within the same, like, it's Jim, Jimmy, Jamie, James. But no, Jamie is, get out of here. No. Yeah. New name, who dat? Yeah.
It's possible. The real question is, why? My guess is they're covering something up.
Also, every Jamie that I've... No, actually, that's not true. There's only been one. But most of the Jamies that I've met are girls. There's been one Jamie that I've met that has been a guy.
So, how do you know all this? Sounds like some pretty top secret stuff.
Did you forget? He did a stint as acting Grand Sage and kept the pay raise even after he resigned.
Yeah, we knew he was going to do that.
Yeah, Paimon did totally forget about that. So you took the chance to read all the top secret documents while you were acting Grand Sage, huh?
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself with the documentation in my office, I would respond that that's a perfectly normal part of any job.
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the emblem of the Temple of Silence appear on a threat letter from an academia student to Cyrus? The student's only 16 and doesn't have any family ties to the desert. So where could he have seen that emblem or gotten the paper?
You said you ran into Sino, yes? Did you tell him what you've just told us?
Yep. He ran off as soon as he heard what we said.
Given that Cyrus is involved, he's probably halfway through solving the case by now. Still, we should try to catch up with him. At this hour of the night, Sino will probably go looking for Cyrus at his current residence.
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, the sudden appearance of this emblem can't be good, and sure to stir up trouble. We should pay a visit to the Academia.
Yes. As the Sage of Amorta, my master ought to know the truth about their office. You can ask him to tell you what he knows. The more information we have, the better prepared we'll be for whatever happens there.
If this situation is connected to the real Temple of Silence, the emblem has to be part of a bigger conspiracy.
Kale, could I trouble you to send a message to the Core of 30? Tell them to keep an eye out for Sino and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, you two come with me. We'll go after Sino.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, let's go.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place near the...
We're literally just going place from place to place. That's it. No
Here we
fighting.
are. This is the place.
Just story.
We might be too late.
I'm both for and against these type of stories.
Oh, Sino moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
I know that voice. Is that Tainari I hear?
Thanks for the bit donation.
Ah! Professor Zahahadi!
Wow, so it really is you. My goodness, whatever is going on tonight?
We're looking for Sino. So, he's already been here.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. So we went to his place, and would you believe it? He's gone. Goodness knows where to. It must have alarmed Sino, because he took off in an awful hurry after that. He never did explain what this was all about. How serious is it?
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home... Oh, it sure doesn't sound good.
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why, yes. When I left the house that day, I noticed he was watering his flowers in the field in complete silence. He had a piece of paper clutched in his hand, and he looked lost in thought. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. If Sino hadn't happened to visit him that day, he'd probably still be holding on to that thing. After seeing the letter, Sino told him to contact the Core of 30. but Cyrus was very reluctant. He claimed it would only damage his reputation.
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it? Well, that's strange. When we saw him, he seemed pretty okay with the idea of the kid getting his just desserts.
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia. That's why Sino was so insistent that he report the matter to the authorities. I was there while they were going.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public. But why?
Oh, dear. What on earth has that old fool gotten himself wrapped up in? Oh, I do hope he's not in danger. Oh, I almost forgot. Sino left me this letter to pass on to you. He wrote it when he came by earlier. He realized...
Thank you.
What does it say? Let Paimon take a look.
My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I had to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me.
My friends, this is a rather
Just read this.
complicated state of affair.
Yep, that sounds like
Jesus,
Sino.
Paimon.
Thank you, Professor. Please do not worry. We will do all we can to protect both Sino and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, let's head to the Academia and regroup.
Mercy food ration Paimon to the rescue! Yeah, absolutely. Useless to the rescue! Okay, that was a little dicey, that little drop. Floating punching bag at your disposal. I don't know if I could punch Paimon, but I get what you're saying. All the hearts. Sadly,
You're
friendly
here?
fire isn't
I
allowed.
thought you were
Yeah.
going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail.
We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there. Sino got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived.
He didn't say where he was going?
No, he left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Sino. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Okay.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry, but the similarities in the general form and certain details were clear enough to confirm a match.
Fire is
Yeah,
dangerous.
and we're lucky we found anything
Only
at all.
you can
It
prevent
turns out the
forest
emblem
fires.
was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert.
You got
According to
BP
Uraka,
50?
He had a striking presence and was well educated.
Jeez.
Apparently,
Superstar
the two
over
met
here.
in the tavern over a game of cards.
2 in a row.
The
Good
guy
job.
claimed to be in the city for business as part of a merchant caravan. Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter.
I see. So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
If you are new here and you're looking for a community to call home, hit that Discord link today. So we'd love to have you part of our Discord today.
So, how do we find this guy? Did Uraka say where he is?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Core of 30 and review the city's entry and exit record. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia. But, as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago. Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihood. At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge. And so, they set up a dummy organization of their own to conceal the truth.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years.
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Sino. Probably why he went after him in such a rush.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities. He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Sino had other plans.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, that is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have news from the Core of 30.
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master? Oh, we're finally getting to meet him in person.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler and Paimon.
Those glasses, though.
Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Sino leaving the city at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Rebat. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Core of 30 in this case. However,
You probably can't see
as I'm
anything
sure you've
without
already heard
those.
From Alhaitham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought. I think we need to keep a low profile.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side, or worse, if he's fallen into their hands, and... everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Sino back safely. We cannot afford to lose them.
Need our help? Whatever you need, we got you covered.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka. Kaveh, Scribe Alhaitham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana. Tainari, you are planning to go into the desert, correct?
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Alhaitham.
Well, if you're sure... Okay. But be careful.
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can catch up with Sino before it's too late.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already. But we still have a shot. Let's take it.
Birdos.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Rebat. Where should we go next? Maybe we should ask the nearby guards if they've seen anything.
Hold on. Look over there.
Is that Dia?
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at
Haven't
the
seen
end of the
Dia
day,
in a while.
but still.
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
Oh, there's Candace as well.
Sino.
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
Takes a special kind of person to get Sino chasing them all the way out to Caravan Rebot. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Hello.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well. Glad to see it. Candace and I came to Caravan Rebot on business. We ran into Sino as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Sino, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case. But let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
Who do you think is more attractive, Dia or Candace? That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say, honestly.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own. It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his tracks.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route
Yeah, her
took him
colors
past our
for
village.
sure.
You may as well ask if anyone there has seen him.
The purple and gold. Smash my head
Thanks
off the
to you
mic.
both.
Sorry.
Once this is resolved, I will find a way to repay you.
Hey, we got bots in here.
Come on.
Thank
No
you
need
so
to get all
much.
serious. Just
Armored
fly
pathway
around
for the
and
bot.
trust next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right. So, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help. I don't take it for granted.
All right. Then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements,
Do I have the
we'll
ability
be
to do
here.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
Ooh, I can ban people. You reported them? Good job, good job. I wonder if I should go to new places here in the desert.
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite, we had a longer talk.
It's so weird seeing Tanari out of the forest and in the desert.
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question. It doesn't surprise me at all that the one in the academia is a fake.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
I do. I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power. Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence.
It's probably just Anubis. I don't know where this Herman comes from.
Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, I met the professor, and he brought me to Sumeru City. But my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion. I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for Kaveh, and for Alhaitham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it. Oh, maybe his connection to the Temple of Silence goes even deeper than yours.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he avoids going into any depth.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize, don't you, now that we've caught up with you, you're stuck with us for the rest of the way.
I am aware. And I have accepted it. Or rather, I don't see how I could manage to ditch you en route. So, I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not. So the best option now is to try to look out for each other. Ha!
Fair enough. Then at least let me buy you a drink once
We're off in the desert now.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Hello.
Mahamatra Sino?
I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aruville.
A man matching that description passed by Aru village not too long ago. He stopped by to load up on food and water and feed his sumpter beast. Then he was on his way.
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. He said he was headed somewhere near an oasis, but he didn't mention which one. Do you have a map? I can mark out the direction he was heading and the best routes to any nearby oases.
I have one. Mark away.
Great.
That's what he should do. You just like scribble the whole thing.
There you go.
Thank you so much. You were a great help.
You've got a really good memory.
You're quite welcome. Just doing my job. Best of luck. I hope you find him soon.
Do I have any of the little thingies for this area? No. I do not. You're over here. We're going deeper into the desert. Not cool that you're all just floating in the air like that. Ooh, it's a chest. I want a chest.
Push your luck. Don't get frostbite.
Burning, so much burning.
Keep this close.
There's a random piece of chicken in that box. Totally good idea to eat that. Give me that. Yeah. Delicious. Thanks for the bit donation. He's just chilling there. Oh. I'm not allowed to fight him.
Hold on. I see some people over there.
Do you
Kill 'em all.
safe to ask them?
Should be. I'll go.
No. I'll do it.
Huh? Why can't Sino go talk to them? What difference does it make?
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here.
Dressed like an Egyptian.
Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral party handle things.
So you want a guy that dresses like a fox?
Ah, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts. Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
Who's this
A
person?
missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
Is this a new character?
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a
He's a that's a 4-star, so this is a person.
Yeah,
What's this
sounds
person's
like the
name?
kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Uh-oh. That guy
Sethos?
is looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot too. Hey, aren't you Sino?
Cool.
General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
He's
You
Electro.
seem surprised
Oh, I
that
see that on
recognize
his hip. That's
It
cool.
wouldn't be the first
If you are
time.
enjoying this content here, hit that
Oh, you're
purple
the
heart
one
to keep the
looking
good
for
times
old man
going.
who's gone missing, aren't you?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge.
Like, follow, share,
You don't
and
trust me
subby.
much, do you? No need to hide.
Go broke
it.
for Gengar.
I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants.
Yeah, go broke for
Seems I
Gengar.
was mistaken.
Your henchmen don't look like much, but something tells me they put
Be
up a
born
better
for
fight
Snorlax.
than most mercenaries.
Hey, hear that, guys? You're my henchman now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
all right. Come with me. All of you.
Still hasn't said his name yet.
Don't you want to find your friend? Silver-haired, long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
Why are you looking into his eyes?
So you know where he is.
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
All right, he's like full tilt running. Okay, all right. We're doing this? We're doing this now? Slow down, little boy. It's a big plushie, though. The ones that were at Costco
And
are adorable.
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
please step back.
Whoa, something's coming out of the ground.
What is this
That's
enormous
cool.
building doing there?
And how was it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
Wait, so, hold on. Who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
Could just say yes or no. Very simple. Poor for Snorlax.
not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden
That's
right next to
cool.
an oasis. Oh, Paimon's scared.
Paimon's always scared.
They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Raka met in the tavern?
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. I hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
Fight, 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 fight. Looks like a library.
All right. You can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence. Sit tight until he comes to greet you.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here.
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sethos. I'll be here.
Sethos kind of looks cool, though.
I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So
I like the
we're
color of his
free
eyes.
to explore by ourselves.
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood,
Very pretty green.
you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's
Yeah,
right.
pretty.
Well, if we've got some time, we might as well take a look around.
What can we look around and do?
I never imagined that the true Temple of Silence would be hidden somewhere like this. We've passed through these parts before, but never noticed anything.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess. It borders on the miraculous. Amazing to think that it's been preserved intact all this time.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point, we can be confident that the professor is safe and sound, so that's something.
Hey, Sethos! Have you got some time to chat?
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? I don't blame you. Anyone else would. Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors. Yes, that was me. Although, tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern about ways to make some easy money. He insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law. So, I told him that Cyrus had embezzled a large sum of mora from the desert.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true. Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret that was. Of course. Raka was a great accomplice, really. Very cooperative with a little bit of wine in him. Did exactly what he was told. Not much of an original thinker, though. It doesn't surprise me that he struggles academically.
Why did Cyrus leave for the desert as soon as he received the letter?
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. Certain things I can't answer for him. I'm neither judging nor defending him. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem, and it was his own choice to take the bait. What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra. Everyone in Sumeru knows who he is.
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen him in person before?
I've lived in the desert my whole life. Guess you could say I've never had the pleasure.
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this guy's not being straight
Yeah,
with
true.
us?
Come on, we've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have nothing left to look forward to. Nope, not once.
Really?
I have no need to go there. Not when the taverns are full of the Urakas of this world. Besides, we're well aware of what goes on at that place. Spies? It's not as clandestine as that. The city gates are wide open. Anyone's free to walk in. You can find out all you need to know just by walking around town and hearing the word on the street. Mm-hmm.
These doors are cool.
Ah, here he is.
Fancy. Fancy schmancy. Not during a stream, Delon.
Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Well done, Sethos.
It's a holiday today? What, for St. Patrick's Day? Lolly lover. Yeah, it is Delon. Oh, that sucks that he's sick. You better run away. I hate when that happens, when you see someone that's close by that's sick and you're just like, oh crap, it's just a matter of time.
Greetings, one and all. I am Ba Moon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you.
Lazy with those excuses. It sucks. Cough on you. What's wrong with you? No one wants to be sick. It sucks. It sucks.
Cyrus, are you okay?
Watch what you're doing.
She's a weirdo.
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of
Fake
causing you
sickness.
distress.
Yes.
But you must understand, Cyrus
The real sickness,
is of
no.
great importance to us. We had to find a way to bring him back to us. Cyrus owes me
Luck to
his
get
life,
sick.
and to
What
the
luck
Temple
is
of
that?
Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude. I let him go a long time ago, but now the time has come to demand payment. I wanted to
Your luck
interview
worked.
this old vagabond
It's getting closer.
before you caught up with me, but you got here so quickly. Just leave, Sino. This is a matter
Magic.
between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning. You only left in such a hurry to try and throw us off your trail.
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do, you shouldn't have come. Let alone brought the others.
Sino didn't make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you.
That's what I thought was going to
We'd
happen to me.
appreciate you telling us the truth.
Then 3
Otherwise,
weeks
it seems a
later,
little
I was
unfair on
still
everyone who has
sick
to stay
after that
behind.
initial 5 days.
My secrets are secret for good reason. Bringing them to light can
And I'm usually a pretty
only lead to
healthy
misfortune.
person.
You're afraid,
That's
aren't
the
you?
wild part.
You can't bring
It
yourself to
sucks.
speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own
Now,
children.
to be honest,
You
though, I
recognized
did get
our
sick
emblem
twice.
because for many years you lived among us. Indeed, you all but became one of us.
Because remember when there was that stream that I came back and it was just like, yeah, I'm back, and it was great. And I think I did 2 streams. It was like Thursday and I am not weak, but it was Thursday and Friday, and then Friday night I got sick again. I'm gonna give Q a stupid pair for this luckiness sickness.
You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know
Do
what
it.
you did.
Do it.
Your
All
own
the pairs.
guilt convicted you. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, to bring new hope, new opportunity. But then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of his power. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must
I
pay
get the whole
price you
I understand the whole premise of getting sick and how it's just like, yeah, I get to just focus on chilling out, games, all that type of stuff. But there was times during this last sickness, the first sickness was just annoying, but the second sickness, you just praying for any type of health to come back. I thought I was dying for 2 days, just like, oh my god, there's nothing enjoyable about this at all.
You really know how to hold a grudge.
True.
Hermanubis' might and
Yeah.
the wielder of his power?
Does he mean you?
Professor.
The moon is right. I came here once before.
I actually started getting stir crazy. I started like doing random stuff around the room, random cleaning, just anything to get myself moving because I was just losing my mind, just laying in bed all day long.
They rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert.
So if you do get sick, I hope you get the sickness that I had in the beginning. That's just annoying. You can play that up if you need to. But the second sickness, can't play that up. That sucks.
Great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence had been bereft of Hermanubis for too long. The strength of its faith and its warriors were waning. Bamoon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels. If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel. Many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand.
It makes me feel like
In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson.
in this world, the Egyptian god Anubis is just named Herman. It's really weird. Like, what's up, Herman?
Was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small fortune. These 2 children were our only hope for hosting Hermanubis' power.
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis. As remnants of his raw power, they were exceedingly rare treasures. The test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, this power did not repel them, this would mean that they were suitable vessels. The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went quite smoothly for both candidates. As the second stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. Or alternatively, we could implant each fragment in a different vessel at the same time and compare their effects. But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew that if they were not implanted right away, they would disintegrate and be gone from the world for good. Our two vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question. To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since.
Period sickness is worse, terrible too. That's one I can say I've not felt, and should that day come, I will be questioning a lot of things. Makes you do crazy things like wanting to message your boyfriend 5 times because your hormones are saying, do it. Definitely did not do that. May have. I mean, it's okay to message your boyfriend 5 times. That's okay. That's just called love. That's cool. No problems.
I have always wanted to see.
Yes, I'm sure he also understands.
Sino.
Correct.
Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a devastating blow.
You're good to go.
We've been in decline ever since
you
left.
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. If you
Nah,
want to
you
take
ain't
my
crazy.
Life, then so be it. I'm an old man now anyway. But you cannot lift a finger against Sino. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as a declaration of war against the Academia.
I'm sure you don't
Instagram,
remember
FaceTime, and
anymore,
Snapchat.
dear Sino,
Right on, right on,
you've
right on.
met us all before. You were so young then, when we all
I was just
gathered
leaving.
around and celebrated
Nice.
the revival of our Lord. You and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim.
Figured Sino was part of this.
By the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
Are you alive?
You are
Snore.
wrong. Sino was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
Oh. These
So
are the
those are
two
your terms
kids.
for freeing the
Sethos
professor?
and Sino.
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own. The Temple of Silence is an innocent party. It is because of my foolishness all those years ago that the Temple's glory has waned. And now I must take
Yeah, at the same time,
responsibility for
yeah.
the decision I made back then.
So what you're saying is, the power of one Ba fragment is not enough? You're asking me to return the one in my possession, so it can be implanted in him instead?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear. And your objections mean little given that you turned your back on us long ago.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea. However...
Don't listen to him, Sino. That power is no more yours to give than it is his to take. You have to understand.
I know. But if this is a question of your freedom versus a fragment of power, then there is nothing to debate.
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing. Say that Sino refuses to return his power, And you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close to your chest. Well, my stance is, put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
Tanari's smart.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid. Fate smiles upon us after all. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we...
Did he just die? Oh, no.
Why is he coughing so much? He looks like he's in really bad shape.
He is cray-cray.
Moon, you...
Take our leader back to his room.
Sethos, you must...
Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. Leave this in my hands. I don't like to drag out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self, but I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition. So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. Except for Cyrus. My grandfather gave him his chance once. And now I'm giving the rest of you yours.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Bamoon in his younger years. I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. You've been to the city yourself. I'm sure you've seen that much has changed for the better, and things will only continue to improve. Why not consider cooperating with the academia once more?
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tainari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and I agree. All you and Ba Moon are after is the Ba fragment. The professor will accept whatever fate you deem fit for him out of a sense of guilt. I am the one who has a choice to make. And that's how it was always going to be. Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor, correct?
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor. Nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later. Give me one night to make my decision.
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict. Sino. Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so I'll be escorting him back now. Are you sure about negotiating with him?
I need to think this through. Everyone, let's meet again later tonight. Until then, take some time for yourself.
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Sino. If you need any help working things out, just come and find us.
All right. This is getting pretty intense. We're going to cut it there. So we'll jump back into this on Friday. Again, reminder, I will have a green screen up on Friday, so you'll be able to see my face as we play Genshin. Thanks for the bit donation. I really appreciate everybody coming back out to my return to streaming now that I'm no longer sick. I'll be back tomorrow, but that'll be on Star Wars Battlefront 2, the 2005 version, part of the OG Xbox series. So until then, whether you guys are online or offline, stay focused, get yours. See ya.